Get it out. That's right. I need you to get these feelings out of your head, out of your body, and into the ear of someone that you trust. Anytime we keep feelings bottled up, the problem is that the longer we keep something bottled up, the more that it's kind of starting to boil. And then unfortunately, all of that resentment, mad, bitterness will start to spill over on the people that we love the most. We'll snap at our spouse, very short with our kids, not really talking to our loved ones. It just becomes a problem because we're not willing to just talk about it and say, hey man, this sucks. I hate the fact that I got laid off. In this video, I share with you 10 steps to take after immediately receiving the news. And I'm gonna give you an outline to follow so that you can maximize the opportunity of making sure that you find another place to land on your feet. Number one, the very first thing I highly suggest you do is take some time to process what just happened. Most people would like to just go ahead and start looking for something else and just kind of get moving because we're running out of fear. The problem is you haven't taken time to allow the emotions to set in. That's right, I said it. Let it set in. It's more important for you to accept what happened than to start to deny that it even exists. So 3 things to really do in order to deal with this internal struggle. Number 1, understand, do not make this personal. That's right, it's not about you. In fact, it's only a business decision. And so the more you can understand that business is happening around us all day long, we do business when we make transactions. And guess what? Sometimes business happens to us. And a layoff is just one of those things. It's not that you didn't do good work. It's not that somebody didn't like you. Don't start trying to feel guilty for what's happening. Just know it is a part of business. And anytime you work in a large corporation like yours, it's bound to happen. Second thing is get it out. That's right. I need you to get these feelings out of your head, out of your body, and into the ear of someone that you trust. Anytime we keep feelings bottled up, the problem is that the longer we keep something bottled up, the more that it's kind of starting to boil. And then unfortunately, all of that resentment, mad, bitterness will start to spill over on the people that we love the most. We'll snap at our spouse, very short with our kids, not really talking to our loved ones. It just becomes a problem because we're not willing to just talk about it and say, hey man, this sucks. I hate the fact that I got laid off. Third thing I highly recommend in this situation is just to pray. I believe in God, and so I know that at the end of the day, this is going to work out for my good. But what I need you to realize is that sometimes we like to say it when nothing's happening. I need us to remember it when things do go wrong. Number 2, ask about your last check. Find out when and how you're gonna receive that last check. Is it gonna be by paper? Is it gonna be in the mail? Will it be electronically? Are they handing it to you at the moment of the layoff? Find out when that is, because you need to start planning financially what your world is going to look like. And speaking of financially, probably a good idea to cut a lot of those micro subscriptions that you got going on temporarily. Like honestly, no one needs 9 different apps in order to be able to watch their favorite series. It is all right if for a little while you let a lot of that go, because every $9 here, $10 here, and $20 here a month start to add up. And truthfully speaking, if it's gonna be a while potentially before you find another role, every dollar that you have needs to make sure that it has a purpose in helping you moving forward. Number 3, I would highly suggest that you actually be open and make it okay for yourself to accept a temporary role or tap into some freelance opportunities just so that you can make sure that you're staying afloat. I know as a man, one of the hardest things to accept is to have our ability to be able to provide for our families taken away from us. So in order to make sure that you keep yourself mentally regulated, be open. This might be a blessing in disguise. Like, look at the ways that you can leverage your current skill set right now out in the marketplace. Hint, that's why you listen to the Grow Your Side Business podcast. Instead of running to the next opportunity to trade your time for money, why don't you think about it this way? You already have a skill set. You already know that that skill set is in demand, but other people don't know what you know right now. You could potentially use that to make some money until you decide to find you something that you really want to work at. And finally, with this one, I would say, even if you found another main day job, do not quit your side business. You want to make sure that if something happens again in the future, you have already started something that is going to benefit you way more than find another opportunity to trade your time for money. Hey, I want to show you in a free training that I'm providing a ridiculously simple way to increase your income without quitting your day job. I'm giving you this opportunity to learn the things that I've learned from building my first side business to multiple side business and helping many other people do the same. Inside of this training, one of the greatest things is I'm giving away the secrets. That's right, the things that I've held on to that have helped me over and over and over again to be able to make multiples monies a month using my current skill set inside of the marketplace. I want to give that to you. So jump in, go to impactmyincome.com. That's right, impactmyincome.com, impactmyincome.com, and you can register and save your seat today. Number 4, make sure you understand your health insurance coverage. I would get on the phone immediately and just make sure you ask like the most important questions, like how long are you covered if you don't have a job? What are the options while being laid off? What does your insurer give you as ways to be able to handle that gap? Because the one thing you don't want to be without is insurance. But if there is a layoff, you want to understand what is it that you can do in order to be able to maximize the time that you do have as a grace period before you find another opportunity. Number 5, make sure that you get recommendation letters. And don't just think like your immediate boss or manager. I want you to think of your peers. I want you to think of other people in other organizations that you've done some work with before, those that you collaborated with. I want you to make sure that you have some recommendations, because here's a little hint. You might literally be able to go across the street to your competition and they'll probably hire you knowing that you had recommendations. Just thought. Number 6, I really want you to sit down and think through, how am I going to go about searching for a job in this day and age? There are no real paper resumes anymore. Everything is electronic and based on relationships. So what are you going to do? Are you going to leverage a platform? What platform are you going to leverage? How are you going to go about it? Like, I really want you to sit down and just map out what are the best ways that I can go about making sure that I'm findable online. I still say, regardless of whatever you may think or what you may have assumed, LinkedIn is probably going to be your best bet. Number 1, employers are sitting there all day, every day posting content and opportunities. Number 2, you can always join in the conversations of what might be happening on an employer's page and really find out where there may be other opportunities that you might be interested in. Number 3, if you ever wanted to make a career change, well, now that you are in this unfortunate space of being laid off, it might be a blessing in disguise. So you can actually leverage this time to go and explore on an application like LinkedIn to figure out, there are some other companies out there who might need use of my skill sets. Let me go search. By doing so, this leads me to number 7, update your online profiles ASAP. Listen, I know that we like to have like Facebook one way or some sort of personal page one way and then this professional look on other applications. I'm gonna tell you right now, companies are leveraging social media to figure out just who you are. It is really important that you have a personal brand that you are constantly putting out there. Whether we like it or not, people are leveraging our social media look and our personal brands to be able to decide if they want to further a conversation with us in order to talk about collaborative opportunities and especially job opportunities. So make sure yours are up to date. I would make sure that you have things in there that represent you, what you like, who you are, something around what you stand for, your goals, and what you actually do as a skill set. Which now also leads me to one of my other topics around this. Number 8, I'm gonna tell you right now, I need you to learn to leverage social media in a very different way. Normally, we're either liking cat videos, reposting some funny video, or just on there for our visual entertainment. But if you're really gonna overcome this layoff, the best thing that you and I can do is learn to leverage social media now with a very different lens. So my suggestion would be, talk about it. Say, hey, listen, I am looking for a new opportunity. Here are my skill sets. If you know someone, please make the connection. I would make sure that I am talking about it and I am using Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok in very different ways. What you're searching for, what you're posting, how you're showing off your skill sets and what you provide. I would make sure that those things are forefront and center. By the way, when you leverage social media, people love helping other people. And most people, most good people, are really sympathetic to folks who've lost their job. So if you let people know, hey, I'm looking for another opportunity, these are my skill sets, guess what? More than likely, people are willing to have a conversation on your behalf and put you in great connections. Which brings me to my last tip for you. I really want you to understand what your current skill sets are right now. Easiest way to think about this is, what did I actually get paid to do? What did I have to bring to the table at my role today? Well, when you understand that, you need to write that down. You need to have those bullet points written down and summarized. You don't need a paragraph for everything. Just quick bullets. You know what you did, you know what your value was, and you know what you delivered on the table. The other thing that you want to make sure that you have written down along with that is you want to write down, well, what else could I be doing with these skills? What other companies and industries use these types of skills and leverage people who have this basis? This way you can start to frame up, like, where are you going to go do your searching and who you're going to begin to network with. It is really important in today's age that is all digital that you start to network with people, not just for the simple fact of saying I've met that person online, but to really be able to ask that person and build a rapport when you need something, especially when you've finally been laid off. It is really important that you leverage your network in a much different way than just liking a post. Here's a bonus tip. If you find yourself in a position where you're finally laid off and you really don't know what to do and you got a little extra money in the bank, I would highly suggest that you invest in you. Hey, I want to show you in a free training that I'm providing a ridiculously simple way to increase your income without quitting your day job. I'm giving you this opportunity to learn the things that I've learned from building my first side business to multiple side business and helping many other people do the same. Inside of this training, one of the greatest things is I'm giving away the secrets. That's right, the things that I've held on to that have helped me over and over and over again to be able to make multiples monies a month using my current skill set inside of the marketplace. I want to give that to you. So jump in, go to impactmyincome.com. That's right, impactmyincome.com, impactmyincome.com, and you can register and save your seat today. It is really easy nowadays to be like Neo from the Matrix and literally upskill yourself in a matter of months or days. You can leverage online courses, coaching, workshops, seminars, webinars, you name it. There are ways that you can get in the fold of new learning paths, new opportunities by just making sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people with the right skill sets. Always be willing to bet on yourself and invest in yourself no matter what's happening, because you never know where those conversations might take you. To wrap this up, let me tell you this. It's gonna be okay. Listen, I know right now the feeling doesn't tell you that because it feels like somebody did something to you personally. Right now, you're watching this video and you found this video for a reason. I want you to understand that there's a future date somewhere where it all works out. This is just a moment. Don't let a moment become a permanent situation for you. Don't allow your mind to cement in the layoff. Instead, remind yourself that not only is this temporary, but you can do hard things, and even this you will get through. Your family still loves you, your kids are still there, and they're all counting on you, and this is a perfect time to set the example of how to handle very difficult situations. Now, in the description below this video, I provided you with a link of all the things that I covered so that you can make sure that you check the list and have something to make sure that you are giving yourself the best chance to progress through this moment in the best way that's healthy for you and your family. If this video was helpful for you, leave me a comment below. Let me know what stood out to you and what other things that you might be doing that help this community. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you take massive action even with an unexpected layoff. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Hold your head up.